Welcome to Electric Current Rundown Podcast, episode number 17. And I'm your host, Phil Defiance, and I'll always say, I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration in truly improving the world. And what I'm going to be talking about in this episode includes some fun and funny sounding a little bit. Topics of experiencing things for the first time, in unique ways, you'll see. And I'll also talk about my views on claims that forests have issues with the cleaning of carbon in the air. Yes, okay. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And, on the topic of, experiencing things for the first time. Just some funny aspects about it are this. In life it's a learning experience, right now, in my life, I'm, in the longest lasting relationship with the best girlfriend I ever had. And, in the past, I've had relationships that lasted a few months, but never this long, a few years now, right? Now, cause of that, I'm experiencing things I didn't really fully experience. And because of that, I'm learning. The other, week, I went to get some toilet paper. I've been doing this more normally nowadays. And I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, that's so heavy," because me personally, I don't drive. I live in a major city, Toronto, and the bus system over here is pretty good. It comes every 5 minutes for a bus. Out of town, it's you gotta wait a half an hour or an hour. That's ridiculous. If I was living out of town, obviously I would be driving. But over here, things are just too convenient. It makes it too easy to not drive and just take the public transit. And a lot of people in major cities can relate, whether you're in Toronto or if you're in New York City or Detroit or wherever, it doesn't matter. A big city, you know what I mean. It's so true. Think about New York City, right? It has the biggest subway system on the planet. Obviously, people are taking advantage over there. Similar situation here in Toronto. A lot of people that live here in Toronto can relate. But of course, if you're out of town, you can't really relate with that. I can understand why too. If you're living in a city where the bus system is total nonsense, of course you gotta drive. It's a matter of fact, obviously. But okay, I'm gonna say this quick break, this quick ad on this quick break, and then get right back to it. So I'm going to say everybody likes really good designs, as well as knowing their online order will come quickly. Go to planebold.com to get the designs you desire. Your order will come quick like you expect. And while you want quick delivery, you'll have patience for your order, because when it does come, you're going to have the kind of design you'll love. It will make you stand out, and people will notice, and you'll love that. Go to planebold.com. That's plain, like an airplane, planebold.com. And so, continuing on where I left off right there, yeah. So if you're in a major city, you're not going to drive. You don't have to drive. Yeah, of course, even here in Toronto, a lot of people drive. But you don't have to drive, and that's the point. And that's the situation I'm in. I don't drive. So, I live pretty close to a grocery store. So, I don't even take that bus for that walk, right? So, I'm carrying heavy items from the grocery store all the way back to right here where I'm at. And so while I'm carrying those items, my girlfriend tells me, that's so heavy. Like, why do you have to carry such heavy weight? Like, she's concerned. But she's a girl, she can't really relate. I mean, she obviously, I mean, I don't, well, to each his own. I mean, some women like to go bodybuilding. I mean, okay, that's all right. If you're a girl like that, or if you're a guy dating a girl like that, that's cool. I mean, to each his own. But my girlfriend personally is not a bodybuilder. She's not the strongest, like, muscular type of woman. And because of that, she can't relate. I mean, she feels like, oh, that's a lot of heavy weight. And I can understand her perspective. But, like, I mean, me, it's like, I mean, to me, I mean, I'm like, I can carry this stuff. Like I said a few episodes back, I mean, I used to work in the warehouse industry. I mean, over there, I was carrying heavy stuff, like, all the time. And I used to go to the gym at a point, too. I mean, I have no issues with carrying heavy things. But, like, I mean, so she was, like, telling me, like, why do you gotta get, like, big, okay, I mean, the thing is, like, I'm talking about toilet paper, like, heavy, like those big ones, like a bunch of them, right? And I'm carrying it by hand, walking, and she's like, why do you gotta get the big pack? Like, you could try to get the smaller pack. And, like, I mean, originally I thought it was a nuisance myself, but then I did it a couple times, and then I was like, you know what, I prefer the bigger pack. I mean, sure, it's heavy, but that's fine too. I mean, I like to build my muscles anyway, so that's a way to build muscles, to keep them in shape, right? But on top of that, I mean, once I get a bigger stack of toilet paper, then we don't need extra toilet paper. We got plenty for a while, right? So, I mean, that's a learning experience in life. I mean, I didn't even realize technicalities like that. And on top of that, I mean, like, there's, like, Tide, like, clothing detergent. I mean, the other week, I ended up getting a big, like, container of it. And, I mean, I didn't even know, because, see, life's a learning experience. I didn't realize there was 3 sizes, because I don't really do laundry. I mean, in the past, my mom used to do it, but now, like, my girlfriend's in charge. But okay, I'm gonna finish that topic real quick and get on that last topic as I end this episode after this quick break. And on this break, I'm gonna say, at planebold.com, we have an expanding catalog of high quality clothes and consumer goods. If you want really cool looking clothes or consumer goods at low prices, check us out. Go to planebold.com. That's plain, like airplane, planebold.com. And yeah, I mean, so, like, there's 3 sizes of clothing detergent, right? I didn't even fully know that. I didn't acknowledge it until just recently. But yeah, that's a fact. I mean, because the other day I was at the grocery store and I was getting she was like, get the bigger one. She didn't know what the bigger one was. She thought it was a medium size. I ended up getting that jumbo size one. I brought it back here and she was like, oh, it's too heavy. It's too big. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know there's 3 sizes. So life's a learning experience like that. And it's funny. You end up having funny situations like that due to situations of these kinds. So I just want to say how funny I find that to be. But okay, so I also want to say one last topic right before I finish the show, which is on the topic of my views on claims that forests have issues with the cleaning of carbon in the air, and that's coming from Finland. I mean, it's like ridiculous over there. Like, they were trying to adhere to these rules that they made about carbon. Like, they were trying to cut their carbon emissions, and they were relying on the forests in their country, and it was due to this solid belief that forests clean the air. I mean, the trees do, and it's actually based on fact. Other than that, it's actually funny because, I mean, carbon emissions reductions, that's some ridiculous things right there. But, I mean, like, it's like crazy what they're saying, though. I mean, I can't believe that they're saying these kinds of things. But you know what? My episode is over, and I talked a little bit too much on that funny topic. But either way, I'm going to continue on with this topic about forests in Finland and carbon reductions and all that stuff on the next episode. So stay tuned for that as it comes out. But either way, that's the end of this episode number 17, with your host, Phil Defiance of the Electric Current Rundown. And I'll always say I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration and truly improving the world. So stay tuned till next time. Have a good one.